don't need people telling me. Oh, you have to just turn a blind eye to people saying that women getting raped on October 7th didn't matter in the grand scheme of things. No, Americans aren't going to support that. This is not about.
Yeah, rape doesn't justify genocide, by the way. And that is unironically the position of the overwhelming majority of Americans. The overwhelming majority of Americans understand that Israel has done a genocide and it's completely unacceptable. So no, sucks to suck, Joe Scarborough. But no, that position is actually one that the majority agrees on, no matter how hard you try to frame it. Dropside did a context response to it. Joe Scarborough used the eve of Wisconsin Democratic primary to deliver a fact-free 10-minute smear of Hasan Piker, Francesca Hong, Daria Eliza Avila Chevalier, and the DSA, built on butchered quotes, shameless distortions, and Hamas rape allegations no major human rights organizations have been able to verify. Here's everything you got wrong. Pro-Hamas rallies after at 10-7. Scarborough, referring to Democratic candidate New York 13, Daria Eliza Avila Chevalier, and DSA co-chair Megan Romer, said people supported going to pro-Hamas rallies the day after Hamas slaughtered more Jews than any day since the Holocaust. The framing is entirely his own. The demonstrations he's pointing to were Palestinian solidarity gatherings that Avila Chevalier said she attended because she expected Israel to attack Gaza indiscriminately and disproportionately. She was right. By October 8th, 2023, the day after Israel's military said it had already bombed some 800 sites in Gaza, a geographic area smaller than New York City, with the IDF military spokesman claiming entire cities nests of terror. By Sunday, late Sunday, Gaza's health ministry reported 413 Palestinians killed and more than 2,300 wounded. People marching on October 8th were reacting in real time to bombs already falling on one of the most densely populated places on earth, but Scarborough presents them as celebrating a massacre. 2. The 10-7 rape claims of the blood-soaked history. Scarborough leads hardest on sexual violence, chastising the left for ignoring women getting raped on October 7th, and to describe those questioning the atrocity claims as beyond the pale. The accusation of rape has been used for centuries to dehumanize people of color and justify their mass killing. Enslaved and later free black men were lynched by thousands on the strength of unproven rape allegations. Evidence-free claims of rape and mass rape were broadcast by Scarborough and MS Now as settled fact immediately after 10-7, and it helped justify a campaign that has now killed more than 73,000 Palestinians and wounded nearly 175,000, including over 21,000 children. Together, that is more than 1 in 10 people in Gaza killed, wounded, or permanently maimed. The black brute myth, the pretext for Rosewood and countless other massacres, the Emmett Till lie, the unverified sexual violence claims work because they short-circuit scrutiny. To ask for evidence is made to appear as defending the crime. That is exactly the function of these claims, served after October 7, when they were deployed in the war's opening weeks to pre-justify Israel's genocidal response. Scarborough and MS Now have not yet told their audience that no major human rights body has confirmed a single instance of rape on October 7, not the Independent International Commission of Inquiry, the UN's highest standing investigative mechanism on the conflict, not Amnesty International, not Human Rights Watch. None have confirmed it. The one UN document routinely cited as proof, the March 2024 mission led by Pramila Patten, was, by her own explicit acknowledgement, neither intended nor mandated to be investigative in nature. The UN's own special representative on sexual violence and conflict has since acknowledged publicly that no human rights organization has confirmed rape occurred that day, which, by the way, is ironic because my position was not at the time that, like, there's no reality where sexual assaults could have been conducted on the day of October 7. I was literally actually arguing against that position, saying there is a likelihood that these sorts of things happen. Sexual violence is unfortunately commonplace in instances of conflict. We don't have the evidence we didn't have the evidence at the time, but that doesn't justify a genocide that has unfolded in the aftermath. My opinion always has been that whether rape has happened or not on October 7, still doesn't justify a genocide. And regardless of the likelihood of sexual violence taking place on October 7, given that it is something that takes place in instances of conflict, such as, every other instance of conflict historically, the atrocity propaganda that unfolded in the aftermath of October 7 was unfortunately fact-free. There was no evidence whatsoever presented for it, and they leaned into it heavily in an effort to justify what Israel was doing at the time and continued to do, which was a genocide of largely children. That's it. And there have been a fuck ton more evidence of Israelis committing sexual atrocities, instances of sexual violence against Palestinians since then, certainly before then as well.
This is about the Democrats once again fumbling the football on the 2-yard line when they have a chance to make great gains, but being so woke, I don't know if you want to call it woke 1, woke 2, or woke 3, but being too woke to call out the obvious. I swear to God. It's crazy. that we're even having this conversation. If somebody says a woman being raped doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, it's okay to call that person out and demand that candidates distance themselves from those people. If you want to rule, over a party and win elections.
He's losing his mind. Bro, was he this mad when Trump won? Because if I recall correctly, when Trump won the second time, he went to Mar-a-Lago to kiss the ring and the tip of Trump's penis. You bitch. Suck my dick, Joe Scarborough. Oh my God. God damn, dude. Boomers and their emotional support apartheid state. Holy fuck. God damn, dude. You tell a boomer, hey, man, hey, can we have more housing? They go, I will literally do everything in my power to destroy you. You tell a fucking boomer, your emotional support apartheid state has gone too far. They did a genocide that's unjustifiable. They go, I will do everything in my power to destroy you. Oh my God. We get it, bro. You think the Palestinians deserved it. We get it. Oh my God.
They'll try to blur lines going, oh, well, they just don't support health care for all or oh. No, we're not saying that. We just support hate speech and
he does. There it is. He does. He does support hate speech.
If somebody says going to a rally the day after Hamas slaughters more Jews than any time since the Holocaust, it's okay for Chuck Schumer. It's okay for Hakeem Jeffries to call that despicable and demand that people distance themselves from that. It's okay. So why are we bringing...
Demanding that people apologize for being right but too early in 2026 is crazy. You should be apologizing, you fucking baboon. You should be apologizing every day on your hands and knees for justifying a genocide, for continuing to justify it, for defending Israel. Anyway, I'm going to bring in friend of the show, Noah Colwin. We're watching Joe Scarborough fucking lose his mind. And
he's mad at you.
He's mad at everyone.
But didn't he say he's never listened? He said he hates you, but I've never spoken to him. I never listened to him.
Yeah, we didn't even get to that part yet. But
oh, good.
This up now. We're bringing this up now because it seems an awful lot like what was happening in 2024 when Democrats couldn't get out of their own way to win an election they should have won.
He's so mad.
Yeah, he's
so mad.
His argument also revolves around like electability when it's like, yeah, you know, the electability argument is if you just shut the fuck up about Israel.
He's so mad, dude.
Yeah, I'm
sorry. I'm hung up on how I don't know if I've ever seen. I mean, not that like I'm a Joe Scarborough scholar.
I'm a Joe Scarborough head.
Oh,
so I can tell you, as a Joe Scarborough academic, you know, this is what I studied in college.
Oh yeah, you were in regional studies with a focus in Scarborough country.
Yeah, communications degree. You know, it's crazy. I did not see Joe Scarborough this mad after Trump got elected. He is more mad about this stuff, about my existence in media, and Daria Lisa going to a pro-Palestine rally on October 8th, where she was right but too early by Joe's case. I guess like. January 6th is the last time he was this mad. Like, I don't know. He wasn't this mad when Trump won. I'll tell you that much.
I mean, but he's like angry. Like he's had I part of it, look, I also believe a bit in the principle that like part of sometimes when you see people get spitting mad on TV, that's partly because they had to work themselves up into it. It's a lot easier to do your job of like being on TV and talking about bullshit if you can like amp yourself up. And I mean, this is like the trick to ESPN. This is how Fox News people do it, is that like it's way easier to and makes for better television if you're just persistently agitated and you work yourself up into that frenzy than it is to discuss things like an adult, frankly.
He's so mad. He's mad like Mika saw the meat pic. You know what I mean? Like that's how fucking angry he is. Like he caught Mika looking at the meat pic or something this morning.
Yeah, he like comes home, he saw the Rolling Stone spread, and he's just like, mother. Joe Pesci, motherfucker.
And Mika's like, no, you don't understand. I was reading the articles. Like I was reading the article. It's just I don't know how the Schmeat pick made it into my time. It's crazy. Have you seen Debbie Dingle talking about?
Oh
that?
Yeah, I was like, I don't get it, but he's handsome or whatever. I mean, I thought that was.
She's like, yeah, I
appreciated the honesty.
She's like, yeah, he takes his shirt off and he's working out. Anyway, here's the second part where he continues on with Pablo, my goat. Pablo tries to defend me on the the contentious Scarborough media hour.
But because there is a historical analysis instead of a political one, you are missing the opportunity to build a coalition. And so what do? I think you try to avoid the faculty lounge, which is what that sounds like. It sounds like an opportunity to have a conversation that you should be having not right now in the middle of an election. And in the meantime, you try to point out, look, Hasan Piker, I've talked to Hasan Piker before. I don't think he's Nick Fuentes. I think he's more like Charlie Kirk. And the idea there is there are people.
God damn it, dude. That's your defense? We sat side by side. He
That's pretty
cooked
funny.
my ass, dude.
Yeah.
He fucking cooked my ass. Damn.
Carry that flame.
Yeah, we gotta.
Well, I think now he's more justified in saying it.
What do you mean? I do carry the flame.
Well,
every
there you go.
goddamn
Then why
day.
are you bitching?
Every day of the week, I carry that motherfucking flame, boys. Okay, let's continue.
People who exist to provoke on the other side. And the question is, as a party, as Dems, do you then hold yourself to a standard that is beyond what, again, the other side equivalent of the aisle is doing? And that's a political calculation for a party that hasn't made a lot of those, frankly.
So I haven't spoken with Hasan Piker and haven't listened to him. When you talk to him,
Wait, so you went on this motherfucking rant? That's crazy. He just admitted that he just never watched me. That's crazy.
did you ask him about 9/11, about the justification for 9/11, or him being unconcerned about Israeli women being?
No, because normal people don't do that. Like, normal people are not like, hey, by the way, like, I know we're hanging out right now, but when you said America deserved 9/11, what was going on there? Like, I disavow you. Like, that's not a normal fucking conversation that takes place.
Raped on October the 7th. That's not a leading question. I'm genuinely curious.
No.
If you had the opportunity to talk to him about that.
Have not debated him on those issues. I know that that's stuff that I would never say. And the reality of that analysis that he has is familiar. It's the idea of American empire, Joe, and like, what have we wrought that we are now suffering, which is, again, this academic historical analysis from a million feet. But Abdul al-Sayed, from what he's saying now, right? What he's saying is, I would never say it, and it's unconscionable. And that's correct. But I welcome, by the way, that conversation.
Coward.
I don't even think it's a thing Hasan would debate at this point. It's something that you say when you're trying to make a point that forces the mainstream to reckon with all of the costs of what American militarism has done. And I would not say it's ridiculous.
I just don't know how talking about Jewish women being raped has anything to do with
horrible.
What America's foreign policy has wrought. And
What else Pablo said? I haven't spoken to Hasan Piker and haven't listened to him. Joe Scarborough explaining that he has extremely strong opinions that require shouting indoors about a person he's never listened to.
Even Ryan noticed it. Like, he's shouting. Like, it's weird.
Yeah.
Also, it's because he has to work himself up because it's a non-issue, and he has to like get all high and like it's also the talking about like Israeli women getting raped thing is also like a tell, because it's about like, well, listen, I may have been loudly insisting that Israel should have had any and all means at its disposal to wage what like snowballed within a matter of hours into becoming like a genocide by any like sane measure of it. But we need to focus on one of the guys who did call that correctly because of a point that he made in service of that argument that I didn't like. And it's like, all right, this is fucking boring, dude. That's boring. You're boring. You don't. Yeah. It drives me crazy, because it's like, what do you do? Like, how do you? He doesn't want to have a conversation. Clearly, he's not listening to you.
Yeah, this was a truc too. Hasan Piker's response to 9/11 was awful. The way he lied about WMDs and invaded the wrong country and manipulated the media into cheerleading a criminal war of choice and got thousands of innocents killed. Not cool, man. To which Glenn Greenwald responds, this is a key point about the endless Hasan Piker discourse. This media figure spewing rage and demanding everyone denounce him are friends with and have amiable chats every day with the world's worst war criminals, people who started immoral wars with massive amounts of blood on their hands, who tortured, who kidnapped, who caused the 2008 financial collapse. Whatever you think of Hasan Piker, he did none of that. He hasn't bombed anyone or obliterated families or caused generations of economic deprivation. His main crime, aside from the main one, hostility towards Israel, is that he streams for 12 hours a day every day, and they can find 2 or 3 things that he has said that they repeat over and over, particularly the 9/11 comment, which he retracted and for which he repeatedly apologized. Watching these media figures who are friends with Bush and Cheney, monsters and Obama fiends who dropped drones on wedding parties and oligarchs who wiped out 2 generations of America's financial security act as if Hasan Piker is some unique evil is utterly farcical.